Hi, this is Cathy for TransByDef, and today I'm coming from a location just outside of Arches National Park near Moab, Utah. This is the last week of my field expedition, and then I will be back home, and I'm looking forward to it. This week we have been given a very interesting topic by Jenna and by Jane. The topic that we have been asked to discuss is what effect do the new TV shows which are coming out portraying trans have on our trans identity? How are they going to affect it, and what kind of changes will that bring in our community? I feel that this is a very important topic, and when Jenna and Jane suggested it, I thought this is exactly what we needed to talk about. As far as the overall community, the thing that I can see these TV series coming out portraying transgenders will do is it will set the norm for what trans people are supposed to be doing and how they're supposed to be acting. It will take away a lot of our individuality, the individuality that we have as people. We will also be pigeonholed into what kind of transgender person they see on TV is what pigeonhole they will expect us to be. Having said that, I think there's a second part to this question as well. For people like me who have been trans for 3 or 4 or 5 years and have been the real person they want to be, I'm not sure how much effect the TV sitcoms are going to have. It may be a few comments, negative comments in the office place, or when we go different places, it may be comments that we're not acting or not being like the people on TV, and that concerns me a bit. But as far as my day-to-day living, most of the people around me, if not all the people around me, treat me as a woman all the time. There's never any periods of time when I'm not a woman and when they don't treat me like one. And I can't see that being affected much by any kind of TV series that's out there. When you establish your identity as a woman, you set yourself up as the way you want to act, the behaviorisms you have, the things that you need, and the things that you do. And I don't think that will really affect my behavior and my personality that way. The place where I think it will have the greatest impact when the TV series set the norms is with the new person who is just transitioning. It will affect the new person, I think, the most by setting the way in which they are expected to act and how they are expected to act as a trans woman. And that really concerns me for the new people transitioning. I think that is the real danger, which goes with all of the sitcoms and all of the series that have transgender people on them, that they will set the norm for what you as a person transitioning think you should be. And that really worries me, because you need to, as you transition, become the person that you feel that you are inside, rather than being a preconceived model that somebody else has set, that a producer in California has set up for us. And that really concerns me with new people, because I'm sure in my days of transitioning, when I was freshly transitioned from a man to a woman, that would have impacted me if I were watching a TV series or a sitcom or whatever Hollywood decides to portray us as. I would think that I had to act in that way, and I think that's not good. I always just wanted to be a woman, and so as I transitioned, my goal was to become totally a woman that the average person couldn't recognize, and that I could go wherever I wanted to without people saying, well, there's a trans person. And I think the people who have that perspective this will not affect them. As far as the overall picture, I think that I'm not sure that I like the idea of these of Hollywood and California and the TV producers producing these serials that will portray how a trans person's life goes. Because if you watch the people here on TransByDef, all of us have very different types of life. We operate differently. We have different environments, and I think all of you who are considering transitioning, you have got to decide what you want to be, just like I have had to decide what I want to be, and you've got to decide how your life is going, just like I have decided for my life. And I would hate to see you really affected by what the TV serial producers and sitcom producers feel that a trans should be, and I would hate to see you in your early days subjected to a whole bunch of negative comments that would relate back to those series. And so I think that part is very negative. For me, I don't think it really makes any difference. The bottom line to me is I'm a woman. I've been living as a woman for a number of years now, and I don't feel that any TV show is going to affect my behavior at all. But I sure would hate to be back in transition and have to look at those and say, is this what I'm really supposed to look at? Well, those are my comments for today. If you have a question or a comment that you'd like to make, please put it in the box below. I love to hear from you, and I will get back and answer your questions. Well, we'll see you again next week. Have a good day. Bye.